Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn. Giving them microphone, dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh, yeah. Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey. Oh, listen, Steve Harvey. Why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey. Get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, join in with me. Come with me, help me say. Turn your radio on. You gotta. Turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. I know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Man, oh man, oh man. Grateful for it. Comes with a huge amount of responsibility. I didn't really know I was going to have to be this responsible. You know, can I share something with y'all? I started out to finally I had gotten on track and was able to see a way to even pursue my dream. It has been a long trip that I've been on, and I've gone through so many phases of it. It is rewarding along the way to accomplish your dreams. What I'm saying is this. Let me put it together because I got so much running through my head right now. You know, it's one thing to accomplish your dreams, but there's joy in the process of achieving it. See, some people are so caught up in the goal, the final goal, that they find no joy, no enjoyment in the process. If you have found what it is you want to do and you strike out on that journey, please understand you are far more blessed than the average person. Do you understand that? To know what it is you really want to do, to find your work in life, your purpose, to find out what direction you want to go in is such a blessing. The average person, if you sit down and talk to them, oftentimes don't have their life on track. And it be some people that you looking at, you think got it going on because of their appearance, their swagger. Oh, they walk like it, they talk like it, they look like it. But if you sit down and talk to the average person, man, does not know what their purpose is, has not discovered what they want to do, and have no idea how to get there. If you are on the other side of that, if you understand your purpose, if you have an idea of what you want to be, and you are on your way there, you are truly blessed. And in that blessing, you must recognize it as a blessing. You must recognize the fact that you are on the right side, and that there should be a sense of accomplishment and a feeling of pride in you that you are on track to accomplish your goal. See, what used to happen was sometimes I used to keep my nose so on the grindstone that I wouldn't even look up and realize, man, hey, man, I know you're trying to get here, but Steve, hold on, man. Can't you see what you've done so far? Can't you find just some joy in the process? See, a lot of us lose the joy of the blessings God has given us because we looking at the end talking about I ain't there yet. You on your way. I'm going to give you an example. I had a friend who told me that they wanted to be a millionaire. And they asked me some questions. And I told them. So they started the process. And I am telling you, this dude works extremely hard. So about a year later, we were talking. He had found this business. He had set his goal, and he was working towards it. Then about 2 years later, I ran up into him again. We were talking about it and everything. He said, man, I really, really appreciate the advice. He said, man, but this is all jacked up, man, because I still ain't made that million I was talking about. I said, well, hey, man, just keep at it. It's coming. He said, man, keep at it. Man, you know how long I've been doing this? And I got quiet because, yeah, I know exactly how long you've been doing it. Been 2 years now. And I didn't say that to him, but I said to myself, yeah, 2 years. He said, man, I've been grinding so long, man, it ain't happening for me. I said, wait a minute, man, hold on. I said, about how much you making right now a year? Man, about 250,000. I quit breathing. I said, well, my man, 2 years ago, you didn't have a clue. 2 years later, you making $250,000? I said, man, do you understand how blessed you are? I said, man, your family was about to get put out 2 years ago. You done bought a house? Yeah, man, but this ain't the house I really want. Whoa, partner. Whoa, I got that. The house you really want might cost $8 million. I don't know. But, man, y'all got a house. You making the payments. You drive it. You ain't out no more. I said, hold on, man, you got to stop. I said, you got to stop. I said, man, because right now, man, you coming across as real ungrateful to me. So I know God, who has done all this for you, got to be looking at you with his arms folded. But then he God, so he probably handling it all together different. I was just speculating with him. And so he said, man, why you tripping like that, man? Man, you act like don't nobody want to have nothing but you. I said, whoa, man, where you going with this conversation? I said, oh, I didn't come to you. I just came to you and asked you how you doing. And I'm trying to point out to you that the journey that you started on, that you are on your way and you are in the process of accomplishing your goals. And can you not feel some joy and some pleasure in your accomplishment? Quit tripping on the fact that you ain't made the million yet. You on your way. You done went from, he thought this dude was making $15,000 a year. You making $250,000 in 2 years, man. Come on, man. Can't you see? Can't you see? So he said eventually, man, I kind of see what you're saying, but that ain't about nothing to me because I ran up into him a year and a half later. How you doing, man? Man, I sure wish I'd appreciated my life when I had it like that. I said, what you mean had it like that? Man, I just fell on some hard times, man. I'm right back where I was. And then we talked. I said, hey, man, don't worry about it. I said, once you know how to accomplish something, I said, you just reapply the same principles and start on over again. Man, you know how hard it is to start over? Okay, my man, hold up, partner. You finna do yourself like this again? First, you wasn't grateful for what you had. Now you're looking at the fact that you might have to start over, and you know how hard it is to start over. But you have the knowledge, the principles, and you got a little bit of money to go on and get it going again. I said, man, don't keep doing this to yourself. I said, man, you ain't grateful no matter what God do for you. So what you need to do, partner, stop, reassess yourself. The fact that you were not grateful in the first place, could that be the reason where, man, maybe, I'm not calling it because I ain't God. I do not know how he think, nor do I claim to know. But let's just imagine for a moment. Let's just say maybe for a moment, maybe God said, okay, you ain't happy with this? Okay, then handle it your way. You obviously ain't happy with the way I'm bringing it into your life. You want to handle it your way, go ahead and handle it. Because he will let you have it your way. Can I tell you that? He will let you do it exactly the way you want to it because he gives us all the power of choice. So then maybe he said, okay, you don't appreciate the way I'm doing it. You don't like the favor I'm showing you. You think it's taking too long. I'm going to let you do it your way. I'm not going to turn my back on you. I'm just going to let you do it your way. Just say maybe he said that. And now he right back where he was. So what I tried to get the young cat to understand was, man, appreciate your life for what it is. Because like Life Jennings got that song that he got out off this album, I Still Believe. It could have been worse. And now that it is worse, what's on your mind now? Folks, if you are on that side of life where you have figured out what you want to do, you know how you're going to get there, and you know your purpose, you're accomplishing what the majority of people never, ever do. So be grateful for your process. Don't tumble yourself. Don't throw yourself off the cliff. It's going to be all right. Success takes a measure of time. It is not easy. If success were easy, everybody would be successful. All right, y'all. I'm sorry this morning if I sounded a little all over the place and a little jumbled, but that's how it came to me. So, y'all keep your head up.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, animals, creatures, insects, birds, fowl, lizards, mammals, sea creatures, jellyfish, donkeys, pilgrims. How y'all doing this morning? What's up, Sheryl?
Hey, Steve. How are you?
I'm good. What's up with you, Carla?
Hey, Steve. What's up, crew? What's happening?
Nothing with the pimp. What's up, little pimp?
What's happening, Unc? Ain't nothing with it. What's up with you?
All right.
Tommy Tom.
Big doggy dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So,
Welcome back,
what?
you guys.
no,
Yeah.
thank y'all for yesterday. I needed that.
We are here for
It's
you.
just been a lot, man. Just, they say pressure bust a pipe. Sometimes you just got to set your pipe down.
Yeah.
Before you mess around and bust.
That's how you fix the
Yeah,
cliche.
I'll fix that. I'll just put my damn
Set your
pipe down. Yeah,
It's a new revelation.
yeah.
Set your pipe
Set your
down.
pipe down, dog. You running too hard. So
Oh, that's
I appreciate everybody. So I heard y'all had a good time.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
appreciate you too.
We had fun.
Yeah.
We had fun yesterday.
Any
Yeah.
questions for me? Anybody want to know anything? Anything bothering you? Anybody?
Well, what did you do yesterday? Since you didn't burst in your back.
Anybody else?
That ain't the question you want to ask.
I don't know what that's. I don't know why she all up in that one.
You said questions. You didn't qualify.
Yeah.
Well, Unc, have you started preparing for the vacation yet?
No, the countdown begins now. It started on April 1, but I had this weekend with a bunch of frat brothers, and I didn't start counting down because I was just trying to survive the weekend.
Counting down to
I
what
hadn't been
count?
up. I've been up 3:30 a.m. every morning. Up, but I found out something, man. I'm in pretty good shape. I didn't know it because I was in a room full of old ass men asleep.
Won't nobody go to bed.
Dog, I was waking people up to get out my damn room. One dude told me we ain't really all that tight. Man, just go on in there, man. I lock up when I leave. No, partner.
No, that ain't how this
works.
works, partner.
Dog, I don't go to bed with nobody in my damn room. I'm asleep. No. Y'all in here? No, partner, that ain't how that work. Hey, man, you get your ass out. I locks and bolts my doors.
Yeah.
And that little sliding patio door, no, I get something to get in between that, too. And I don't nobody walk in on me when I'm sleeping. I get in this bedroom, I locks that damn door, too. That's the way I go to sleep.
Excuse me, don't you have security, sir?
No, I ain't take nobody.
Oh.
Because I with my boy.
Oh, okay.
I ain't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So it was interesting, man. So I went on, I put everybody out, got all right, dropped that video on them.
Woo, that
Yesterday.
video with you stepping up.
You was
With the
getting it,
cues.
dog. I gotta give it to you.
I just let I wasn't going to do it.
It gave me life, Steve.
And then my son said, Dad, let him have it.
Yeah.
Not let him have
I
it.
said, all right, that's what my son say. Steve say, let him have it.
You had your dark glasses on.
Dog,
You killed the
I
game.
was
You-
in Omega Sci-Fi mode.
All right, coming up at 32 after the hour, inside something funny. Do you guys pretend to know information in conversation sometimes?
Hell
Just
yeah.
think about that. Yeah. We'll find out right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, sometimes we all find ourselves in a conversation, okay? Be it political, scientific, educational, financial, even hip-hop, pop culture-based conversations where we just have no clue. I mean, clueless to what the person is talking
Come
about,
on.
okay? So guys.
That's what Shirley do with sports. Come on.
Busted. So do you guys chime in and ask people to get you up to speed, or do you just nod in agreement like like
No,
you're in on it?
I actually get in the conversation.
I wanted to start with you, Steve.
Yeah.
Yes.
I go
ahead.
and get in the conversation. Like bring up a subject where you know I ain't got nothing, I don't know nothing about it.
Engineering, making a bridge.
Oh man, you
In the
know
city.
when me and my father, man, used to work construction. I used to work on bridges.
Mm.
We used to repair the cracks in the bridge. So I knew all about the structural design of a bridge, what called the fracture spaces in it. I just
and
did
how-
it like that.
Yeah. Did you or your father go to engineering school? I mean, take
Oh, no.
engineering and oh.
No, never did.
Did he have
They
a
just building bridges.
a construction company or?
Oh, no. No, we work for this company, Frank Buddy Contractor. Yeah.
Have you ever driven over a bridge?
Oh, hell yeah, I've been on a lot of bridges.
Okay.
That's how we knew how they cracked, you know. The structural engineering position is what we would take hold was the uprooted problem that diverted the situation into a crack in the first place.
Well,
problem.
he sound good.
I
I
can't
don't know
have
what
nothing
he
to go
talking
against.
about.
Yeah.
There's like a
'Cause I
board
was
game
gonna
like
ask
this.
him.
Something.
Go ahead,
Go
Carl.
ahead.
I was gonna ask him though, Shirley. So how would you? What would you recommend to update a bridge? You
Well, I
know,
think
from wear
updating
and
is
tear?
very,
like
very
the Golden
simple.
Gate Bridge.
The
you know,
Golden
something-
Bridge has been needing update
Mm-hmm.
and repairing. You know, been several earthquakes that's weakened the foundation. But I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a section at a time. I think we're going to have to break that bridge in half so we can have just one-way traffic going one way. And then once you get the one lane blocked off, and then you can do the restructure work on the other side. And then you reinforce it up under with welding beams, and that'll join them back together. And that way they'll fix that whole thing.
You know,
Do we
you-
need
you
more
men-
gold?
You mentioned earthquakes. I was wondering, we're out here in L.A. What do you know? A lot of seismologists have been on the news lately saying there's a possibility that there could be an earthquake coming up
Absolutely.
soon.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
4.7.
A 4.7. What are you basing that on? Yeah.
Because last one was 4.6.
You predict?
Are you a seismologist by any chance? Or you know anybody that is?
No, I'm a Quakertologist.
Oh. Housequake, Prince.
Anybody know
See,
about
that's what that is.
Yeah.
Aftershock.
Wow. Wow.
So far, so good. though,
Yeah.
Steve.
No,
I
go
can't-
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
can't
Go ahead.
even
Go ahead.
argue.
I know.
Anything, just anything. I can get right with it.
Yeah,
Anything.
houses.
Houses.
You know a lot about houses.
Hell yeah. I
Build
grew
a
up in a housing project.
Oh, what I said,
that ain't it.
seismologist. I meant seismologist. I said seismologist.
See, that's why I said a Quakerologist.
You said a Quakeologist.
Because I knew you ain't know what you was talking
Okay, I got it.
about. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
You know anything about designing airplanes?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
You mean like the engines and stuff, or inside
Well,
of
which
the
one
plane,
you
the
talking
decor? What do you-
Well, let's go big.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
engine.
Yeah.
Let's go
Yeah.
big.
How does it fly?
Absolutely. Rolls-Royce is the number one engine manufacturer of jet planes in the world right now.
Now that I believe
No, that's real
from
talk.
you. Yeah,
That's
that
real.
I believe from you.
Rolls-Royce is number one jet manufacturer of engine parts and motors in the world today. And so whenever I'm picking out a plane, I always go Rolls-Royce engine.
Okay.
What's the best feat to get up? Altitude. To
Well,
get
you
up
want
in
to
a
fly
plane.
at least 33,000, but if you're in a more substantial plane, you can get up to 49,000, which then at
Wow.
that point you can see the curvature of the earth.
Yeah.
I cannot argue this.
I
This-
guess so.
Oh,
You
let
up
me
there?
ask you a
You up there
question.
in heaven almost?
Yeah, if you
with the
49,000
Lord.
feet in a G5, you can see the curvature of the earth ahead.
Wow.
The planet.
You can see that the world is round.
Wow.
Oh, man.
So,
No,
Is
and
there-
that's a fact, too.
Is
it
it?
really is.
I
Well,
can't argue with you because I have no idea. I
My
know about
old
the
phone, I had a picture of
33,000 altitude.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
30.
Anybody
Yeah.
else will need anything. I don't care
Well,
what
what
it's
do you
about.
think about these people speaking of that thing? You're talking about the world and Earth and planet. What do you think about these people that are now saying the Earth is flat? They're coming out saying that.
Oh, well, they saying that because they ain't never been up 49,000 feet.
Was it Kyrie Irving said
Because,
that?
see, all they been on the Delta. And Delta don't do 49,000. You got to get on something else here. What I'm talking about. Most people talking about the world is flat because just sheer ignorance. Just sheer ignorance.
Yeah.
If the world is flat, how come China over there?
It ain't next door. We ought to be able to see China if it was flat. I like thinking right there. Huh?
Or you can drive over there to it.
Yeah.
Right. One of the two.
What do you
See, if the world was flat, you wouldn't have to worry about it. Wouldn't have to be no time zone change. Because it's going to get half the world would be light at the same time.
You're dropping knowledge. Wait
You know
a
what I'm saying?
minute. Yeah.
I think he know about
But
this.
because it's tilted in its own sphere and it rotates, you'll never get that. Quarter of
Right.
the world is always different from the other 3/4.
But I do like daylight savings time, though.
Well,
keep it that way?
well, they're not going to do that anymore. They're going to cut that out.
I hope
Because
so.
farming ain't what it used to be in the United States of America. They don't do daylight saving nowhere else but over here.
Let's review. So you know about bridges,
Know everything about damn
jets,
Earthquakes.
Earthquake.
Yeah.
time zones.
Yeah. See, that's
And-
why I just get with anybody.
Yeah.
One more,
Altitude.
real quick, anything.
Come on,
Something
Tommy,
heavy.
you got
Global warming.
Global warming. It's happening. I don't give a damn what Donald
That is
Trump
true.
say. It's happening. And it ain't got nothing to do with the cold weather like his stupid ass thing. Nothing at all. Global warming is real. It's melting the glaciers at an uncommonly rapid pace, thus producing more weather changes globally because the moisture is now condensation is forming in cloud formation and giving us erratic weather in places that we wouldn't normally have it. Thus, global warming is real, and the glaciers are decreasing at 0.7 inches per 7 inches every 6 months.
This boy's
You
a
a weatherman?
genius.
You've been
He's a
reading.
He's a
No,
what, Tommy?
I watch
A
National-
weatherman.
I watch National Geographic.
Did you-
all the time.
Your
I know
nephew.
about this stuff.
Your ne-
And I'm not a weatherman.
Coming up next, more fun with the nephew. Run that prank back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour and entertainment news, Nipsey Hussle intersection has been renamed, and today is Nipsey Hussle's Celebration of Life memorial service. Also in other entertainment news, Michael Jackson is the tide turning, but right now the nephew is here to run that prank back. What you got, Neff?
Me and my
Me.
Jesus. Oh,
Oh,
My
he,
bad.
He,
Forgot.
he was in for you yesterday.
I
He-
forgot. I'm
bet he
sorry.
was.
Uh-huh,
I
yesterday.
bet he was.
My bad though.
Me and my Jesus. That's what it is. Me and my Jesus. Go ahead. Let me hear you say it.
Me and my Jesus. Me and my Jesus. Run it, cat.
Hello,
Hello. I'm trying to reach a sister.
this is she.
How you doing? I'm giving you a call on behalf of Baptist Church. You are a member there, am I right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Listen, I'm calling you. They some of the members have gotten together and had a meeting and wanted me to give you a call. It seems that a lot of them are complaining about Sunday services that go on and wanted for me to give you a call on their behalf so that we can see if we can address the problem and talk to you diligently as possible and try to get the problem rectified.
What's going on?
Well, it seems like that a lot of members are complaining.
I'm sorry, and what is your name again?
My name is ma'am. I'm not actually a member of the church. I've just been the one that they've been asked to give you a call and try to talk on the members' behalf so maybe we can get this problem rectified that they have as far as you are concerned. Now,
Okay, go ahead. I'm just trying to see what this is in regards to. Go ahead.
well, it seems like the members of the church are complaining about that you're doing too much shouting at church on Sunday, and it seems to be going on every Sunday. You running up and down the aisle and you shouting all over the place, and it's
Whoa. Me, I've been singled out about my shouting.
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
well, evidently it's distracting, ma'am. You're distracting everyone from getting the word and listening to the word and being involved in the service, and that's the purpose of the call, is to see if we can get you to tone it down some.
Okay, so the whole church is complaining about me shouting, the way people run up and down them aisles every Sunday and almost turn cartwheels and flips, and they singling me out, complaining about me?
Well, ma'am, I don't know how it is that you can see everybody else doing cartwheels when you're the ones that they say is the one that's doing them.
Okay, well, how am I being singled out?
Ma'am, all I'm saying is that they saying that you're doing too much shouting and too much running at this church. Now, I'm just the messenger.
Okay, well, they can't tell me how to shout. They can't tell me what's going on in my life, what's gonna keep me from praising God. They could just they can go somewhere else with that, but they are not gonna tell me that I can't praise my God. They don't know how good God has been to me.
And you know what? I understand that. I agree with you wholeheartedly, but it's becoming a distraction. I mean, they was at the point last night talking about should we put some seatbelts on the pews so you can stay down.
I wish they would put some seat, but how they gonna tell people they can't shout in church and praise God? What do we come to church for?
Well, you do come to.
They need to be trying to praise God and get their own shout on and stop looking at me and worrying about what I'm doing.
We gonna need you to quit running up and down these aisles and doing what.
That's not going. I'm sorry, sir. You know, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying my best. Whew, Jesus, sir, that's not happening. You can't tell me I got to stop shouting.
Okay, man, but let me ask you something. Are you running now? Aren't you just standing still talking?
No, because I don't have to run right now.
Okay, what I'm trying to get you to do.
I feel like if I want to run up and down this street right now, I can run up and down this street and praise God. But they're not going to tell me to stop shouting at church.
Can we get you to be a little bit more reserved as what we see, man? Let me go ahead and go further on what they do.
I move how the Spirit moves.
Okay, well, let me move and tell you what they've told me. Now,
go ahead. What they told you?
If we can't get to the point where you can, tone it down, then we may have to ask you to leave.
Let them ask me, Jesus?
What?
Jesus? Let them ask me, why would they want me to leave the church? I've been at that church for 15 years. I'm not leaving the church. I'm going to run up and down around the church. I may even turn me some flips where I feel like it.
Now, listen.
That's all I'm. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna be there. I am going to be there on Sunday, ma'am. And I have been the person that's been appointed to make sure that you're not running up and down these aisles and shouting like this. You're gonna have to keep yourself reserved so people can hear the word of God. You are standing in people's word. That's what you're doing. You in the way
of. You know what? If they come trying to sit me down, I'm gonna give them a word, and it ain't gonna be a God. So let them put their hands up on me here.
Now listen.
I'm telling you that now. You could. I haven't been in that church 15 years. If I want to run, dance, shout, jump, scream, whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. And ain't nobody going to stop me.
You're going to have to stop this. This past Sunday was your last Sunday doing it, and you're not finna do it this Sunday.
Well, like I said, just watch. And I'm telling you, can tell the ushers, the deacon board, the deaconess, the minister's wives, or whoever else you want to tell, let them put their hands on me and see if I don't swing on them. I'm going to come right up out the Spirit and swing on them. I'm telling you that now. Because, see, sir, you done really pushed me there. I done tried my
Well, let me ask you this here. Where is...
I done tried to show that I'm saved and delivered, but you making me revert back to my own ways, and you really finna me off. That's what you finna do.
Okay, well, let me ask you this here. Where is the God at right now in you? Where is the one that's...
The God was in me when I was trying to be calm with you at first to tell you don't be calling me with this foolishness. But now you done made the other side of me raise up.
Well, you done raised it up in me too. Guess what? Come Sunday, you're gonna sit your in that pew and you ain't gonna move.
You call yourself a man of God, you cuss me to the whole sit my in the pew. Okay, all right, we gonna see how well my sit in that pew. Matter of fact, first thing Sunday morning, I'm going to pastor. Oh yeah, when your deacon, whoever you are, whatever your name is, I'm gonna tell them about it. Y'all better, however gave you my number, you need to lose.
I would be talking to Pastor myself and letting him know about this situation. You don't talk. You don't.
We can call Pastor right now. We can get Pastor on freeway.
You don't talk to Pastor. I talk to Pastor.
I talk to Pastor. I done been at this church 15 years. Like I said, now tell me, Jesus, you finna, Jesus.
Now, see, just like this here, you see how you calling on him and you standing.
Yeah, because I'm calling on him to keep me from just really going and cuss you out right now, because you done really hit my nerve.
I got one more thing I need to say to you, lady.
Well, you know what? You better say it real quick, because you finna talk to this operator.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your girl.
You know what? I'm gonna kick my butt. Lord. Y'all see, you done had me up here cursing on the phone.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I got one more thing, baby. Let me ask you something. What is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land.
Steve Harvey Morning Show, baby.
Me and my Jesus. Home run hitter.
Hey, man, you can't tell that woman how to praise God.
Come on, man. Get a prank or something. I don't hear enough. Where's Harvey? Where's Carla? Where's Sheryl? I'm not getting enough right now. Hello?
boy.
Get a prank or something.
We're giving you some.
Man,
way too
let me
much.
handle it. You the greatest ever lived.
Thank you.
Sometimes, Tommy, your greatest strength is your greatest weakness.
That's true.
Go ahead, Sheryl.
All right, listen, coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment news. Thank you, nephew. We'll come back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
The intersection where Nipsey Hussle opened his Marathon clothing store will be named after him. South Los Angeles City Councilman Marquise Harris Dawson announced that the intersection of Crenshaw Boulevard and West Slauson Avenue will be renamed Ermias Nipsey Hussle Ashadam Square. Mr. Harris Dawson said Ermias Ashadam, known as Nipsey Hussle, was an icon and West Coast hero. Nipsey's genuine nature allowed him to be a light to everyone he interacted with, from family, friends, fans, and his larger community. Nipsey will always be remembered for delivering a pure, authentic Los Angeles sound, his numerous philanthropic efforts, his innovative, community-focused business mindset, and his humble heart. Wow.
Nice.
That's big.
great.
That's
That's
big.
outstanding.
Yeah, and that
That's
happened very
outstanding.
quickly,
That's
huh?
great.
Really
You know what?
quickly,
And
yeah.
I'm just going to really have to be really honest. I did not really get the gravity and understand the magnitude of what this young man had accomplished and done. I just didn't, because
No.
I didn't know him personally.
Neither did
You
I,
know,
Steve.
But a
I
lot of
just-
people didn't know, Steve.
I
Yeah, a lot of
didn't know.
It came out, what he was doing in the community. That's why it was so heartfelt after, people
Yeah.
started talking about what he was doing and people started realizing what
Right.
this man contributed to the community. Then that's when everyone was like, wow, well, let me take another look and see who he really
Right.
was.
He was really
Yeah.
So
good.
you're
He
not
was
alone
really
in that,
something,
Steve. A
yeah.
lot of people just did not know.
They didn't know.
No, he's powerful, man. And
Yeah.
I didn't. I was just listening to, when I did D.L. Hughley's show, I was listening to his daughter do this thing that she calls Millennial Moment.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about his music and what he was saying.
Right.
And I just didn't know, And I was
Just-
listening to my son talk about him and his best friends. He's 27, 26 years old.
Right.
And
right.
I didn't know this cat was that, man. I just didn't know the principle of some butt walking up to a man and taking his life away and not even understanding what you've done.
Yeah.
What you've done and over what. See, over what, man?
Yeah.
Do you understand the magnitude that you've done and over what, man? And that's why, not to change it, but that's why this mentoring program is so important, because we've got to get young men, got to get them mentally tracking right, so that they can start thinking of life beyond today and start realizing that mistakes and things that you today can have a profound effect on life for yourself and as well as others.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
just live in the moment all the time.
Right.
There's a future to this thing. That this young man that killed his brother. Whoa, man.
Who
Do you-
had children and family and
Man.
fiance. I mean, just.
But
A
even
whole
mother.
community.
you know
Yes.
what?
Yeah.
And
His
besides
grandmother.
that, did he ever think for 1 minute what was going to happen to himself
That's what I keep saying.
after he did this?
Right.
You
I don't
could
think he
not
cared. I don't-
have thought this out at all. Because if you would have known, if you would have thought this out for just a brief moment, that's why, man, we got to quit loving drugs so much, man, if it's going to have you out here thinking where you incapacitated and you out yourself. And I'm not saying he was that, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people out here making decisions under the influence. We got to start thinking, man.
Yeah.
And now your life, okay, you done took his, but he can't ever come back. No. But now you got a mother and a family somewhere. And they going, wow. And now what you've done is now they suffering because of you.
All right, guys, it's time to move on now. We're going to go to headlines, Steve.
Miss Ann Tripp.
Thanks, guys. Good morning, everybody. This is Ann Tripp with the news. Lawmakers from the House of Representatives are demanding Donald Trump's tax returns from the IRS. The deadline was yesterday, but still no tax documents showed up. Meanwhile, the president continues making the same argument about them, which is, I'm still being audited, and who cares anyway?
I would love to give them, but I'm not going to do it while I'm under audit. It's very simple. Remember, I got elected last time, the same exact issue, with the same intensity, which wasn't very much, because frankly, the people don't care.
Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin tells lawmakers his department will follow the law and continue to review the House request for the documents. Democrats lashing out at comments made by the Senate Budget Committee yesterday by Attorney General William Barr. Now, Barr told legislators that he thinks there was some spying on Donald Trump's presidential campaign and suggested there might have been something funny about the original reason for Robert Mueller's Russian meddling probe. However, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi thinks there may be something a little funny about the way the Attorney General's been acting.
I do believe Special Counsel Mueller is a person to be respected. It remains to be seen what his report is. When we see it, we can make a judgment. I'm very concerned about the statements made by Attorney General Barr. I think that they undermine our Constitution. They undermine the role of the Attorney General. He is not the Attorney General of Donald Trump. He is the Attorney General of the United States.
No real surprise. Looks like Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been reelected. His main challenger conceded defeat. Netanyahu's right-wing allies have won a majority of the Knesset. Meanwhile, Netanyahu still faces corruption allegations and possible criminal charges within months. Donald Trump, by the way, wildly popular in Israel. He called Netanyahu to congratulate him on the win. Security expected to be tight for today's memorial service for rapper, businessman, and community activist Nipsey Hussle. A public service being held in Los Angeles' Staples Center today after a funeral procession through Hussle's Crenshaw neighborhood. The Staples Center holds 21,000 people, and after complimentary tickets to the memorial went online Tuesday morning, fans snapped them up in under 40 minutes. Sad news. Johnson Publishing, owner of the legendary Ebony and Jet magazines, has filed for bankruptcy. In Ebony and Jet, Black Americans could see their community reported on as it really was, instead of how it was seen through the eyes of the mainstream U.S. media. Johnson Publishing filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy protection in Chicago yesterday. Officials say the Black-owned publishing company was caught, they say, in a, quote, tidal wave of marketplace changes. South Dakota expected to get 30 inches of snow today. And finally, today is National Big Wind.
And there will be an abundance of security.
Now back to Steve Harvey.
And the memorial
Show.
service will be heavily guarded from multiple agencies and organizations, all with the intention of keeping the memorial peaceful and drama-free. Please, people, please, let's keep this peaceful and drama-free today. Security will include members of the LAPD, members of the Nation of Islam, as well as Staples Center personnel. People will also have to go through metal detectors and undergo bag checks at the entrance. So it is clear they're taking the security pretty seriously. Nipsey Hussle's memorial service is today at 10 a.m. at the Staples Center. And Steve, Nipsey Hussle's mom, her name is Miss Angelique Smith, shared some encouraging words of comfort. She wanted to comfort the fans and his friends on an online video. Here's some of it. Take a listen.
When you live your life and you have God on your side, when God dwells inside of you, there is no fear. Everything is in perfect order. Everything is in the divine, perfect order of our Creator. I have perfect peace and I have strength, and I want to lift you up. Please do not stay down. Do not stay stuck.
Many of them are stuck.
Do not mourn, because Nipsey is great. And now he is even greater.
Yes, he is.
Because he has no bounds and no limits. His energy is everywhere.
Wow.
That's probably the most powerful thing I've heard a mother say who's lost a son. And out here in L.A., it's a bunch of mothers that lost some sons. And they've said some profound things. I think that women are so strong to lose a child to violence. But this mother's been saying things like this for a long time. But, you know, it's really crazy because I've been reading this book, not a book, but it's a daily thing called In My Presence. And what it talks about is when you have a real understanding of your relationship with God and how it works, that in the midst of controversy and turmoil, you can still find perfect peace. And that's what it was talking about, and that's what this woman has. and she's found perfect peace in the middle of a controversy and a thunderstorm. And that's an amazing thing, and that's what I'm trying to learn myself more of, to just be in his constant will and understand that everything that happens in divine order and in a perfect place. And if you're in his arms, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and that's basically what she was saying. The family held their private viewing and their private memorial yesterday. Okay, we're going to switch gears here now. Coming up at 34 after the hour, trending sports story, Magic Johnson stepped down as the Lakers president.
I want to hear what y'all got to say about that, man.
Plus, how will the playoffs look without LeBron? Okay, we'll be back right after this.
Look like the playoffs.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, in today's trending sports news, Magic Johnson abruptly resigned as the president of the Lakers after the team's first disappointing season with LeBron James. Now, Magic said he wasn't having fun being a team exec and wanted to go back to being a free bird who can't be handcuffed and be able to tweet about NBA players and topics without being fined by the league. LeBron and some of his Laker teammates decided to party Tuesday night after their season finale loss against Portland. Now, Steve, there are LeBron trade rumors. How do you think the NBA playoffs will look without LeBron?
I mean, I think they're going to look fine. I think they're going to look fine. You got enough players out there. Basketball is not one player. One player does not determine this league. You look over there in Philly, and you got Joel Embiid, you got that Simmons boy, you got Butler over there, you got that other dude that's balling. Then you go up to Boston, and then you got Kyrie. And you got Tatum, and you got them boys. You know, and then you go up there to Milwaukee, and Lord have mercy, here come that boy right there, and they balling. They got players. That little boy, that little dude that came out with the Hawks that I thought wasn't gonna be all that hot. Trae Young turned up the flames on their ass.
So you're saying you won't miss LeBron? Are you saying
Well,
that?
he left Cleveland, so
I'm saying in the playoffs.
I mean, he left Cleveland. I told y'all.
Yeah.
When he
You
left
did.
Cleveland,
You
I
did.
said the worst place he could go is the Los Angeles Lakers. The worst place he could go, because now at the Lakers, he'll never see the finals again. Not with Houston over there, and not with Golden State.
Ever?
No,
LeBron?
No, LeBron will not see the finals again at this stage in his game, and with the inability of the Lakers, because they hated the Lakers, man.
Wow.
Everybody, and they're not sending no talent over there to the Lakers.
Let me
They're
ask
not
you this,
going.
Steve. Let me ask you a question, because Magic Johnson, this is interesting. He was a big part of getting LeBron to the Lakers, this past summer. So
Well,
now he quit.
Well,
and then he quit. You quit.
Well.
You resigned.
I mean, you
out.
better know LeBron probably got a little something to say about that. Not he wasn't involved in the firing, but I'm saying he got to be a little put back. You know?
He resigned. He did. He
pretty
quit.
sure
He quit.
Tommy, what do you think of it? Tell the truth. Magic quit.
There's always a thin line to me with resigning and quitting. I never know which one
He quit.
it really is.
Yeah, both of them
I know
is
what's
the
being
same.
stated.
Yeah, they the exact same.
Right.
It's you resign and quit is the same. Then you get fired. That's different to me.
It's all the same.
See, resign is corporate. Quit is hood.
Right.
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 Okay.
And Magic quit. He wanted to control his own destiny. He quit.
So did he quit before, before the firing came?
He didn't even tell Jeannie Buss.
Yeah. I don't think Magic was going to get fired at all. I think what happened was, I think he saw himself in a bad spot, and there's no way out of it.
Because he loves to win.
I don't think he saw a way, just like I didn't see no way of them landing a top free agent. They don't have enough to get the boy out of Duke to come with Magic next year unless they get the lottery pick from somebody. And who in the hell is going to trade away the rights to Zion?
Yeah.
Because he's a franchise.
Yeah.
potential. He's the potential that LeBron had when he came.
Oh, wow.
So, I just think that he got out. He saw it wasn't going to be nothing. Magic is going to be, LeBron's going to be hurt because, man.
I'm a Magic fan.
I'm a Magic fan,
love
too.
Magic,
we
man.
love him.
But I think just talking trash about sports and business and taking outside, that's my boy.
Yeah.
I think he got out because there's no way to fix this problem in Los Angeles.
Wow.
You pissed off all the young talent when you was going to trade all 8 of them for Anthony Davis.
Once you made that list now.
Oh, God. All right, up next, the nephew's in the building with today's prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. The subject, my husband and I were being filmed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but right now, yeah, you heard it. But right now,
Send that in.
but right now, the nephew is in the building
I don't
with
want to see
today's.
just anybody being filmed. I don't want to see that.
But right
You
now,
don't know who these people is. These ain't porn stars.
yeah, this is crazy. Wait till you hear this letter, too.
Next door neighbors.
Yeah.
Dog, they ain't finna be in shape now.
Right now, nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What you got, Neff?
Go big or go home. You heard that before, right? How many times have you heard go big
A lot.
or go home?
What time
I've heard too big, I'm going home.
Have you now?
All right, man. The church say, man.
Go big or go home. Run it, cat.
Hello? Hello, I'm trying to reach Darnell. Darnell, let's see. Who's this? Darnell, how you doing? This is Scott with Bigger and Better, where we make you large and in charge. How you doing today? Scott who? My name is Scott and I'm with Bigger and Better, where we make you large and in charge. I'm good, Scott. What's up? We were actually given a phone call by your wife. Your wife is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Well, your wife's birthday is coming up pretty soon. Is that right? Yeah. It's a couple weeks. Yeah, it's coming up. Okay. Have you decided on getting her anything, or have you purchased anything yet? No. I got a couple things in mind. Well, actually, we got a call from. I think we've got something that's gonna really help you guys, and something I think that she wanted to recommend. That's something that you probably wouldn't think about getting. All right, I'm all ears. Okay. I've been racking my brain, so I'm all ears. Actually, gave us a call. She's actually had an idea, what she would really, really like for her birthday present. So, what's the name of your company again? Bigger and Better. Like I said, hold on. She called you. I'm sorry. She called you to give me an idea on what I should get her for her birthday. Yeah. Well, this is something that's a little different, and it's something that you probably would never in a million years think of. But here at Bigger and Better, where we make you large and in charge, we actually do some things that we definitely know you wouldn't have thought of. So I definitely understand her giving us a call. Sam. What's your name? What's your name again? Sam? No, Sam. Scott. Scott, get to the point. What you selling? Actually, let us know that there's some things that are really, really lacking between you guys. And she would very much like for her birthday where you can be a lot more well endowed. So, that's what we do here at Bigger and Better. What? We actually, hello? What? I could be more what? More well endowed, sir. So I think really what's going on is Bianca's really not satisfied right now. And she call you to tell you that I'm not. What do you mean well endowed? My junk? Sir, you're inadequate. You know what I mean? You're I guess maybe very impotent. I'm not sure, but are you kidding me? What's the name of this company again? Bigger and Better, where we make you large and in charge. And right now, you're not large and in charge, and we want to get you to that. Are you able to come in for a consultation? A consultation. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna call her right now because this is right now. Okay, I'm gonna call her. Well, we're trying to do. Sir, first of all, let me say this. Do you not think you need to come in? I don't even think I need to be talking to you, Mr. Scott, about whatever is going on in my bedroom. I'm king, so I'm not even. I don't even know what the
going on.
Okay,
whatever
sir,
your
can I say
company is
this?
selling, whatever
This
services
is
you
the
need
first-
on for me that's going to increase me in the bedroom.
This is the first sign of denial right
I
here.
don't have no denial. I don't have no problems in the bedroom.
Okay, well, you
know what I'm saying? So I don't even. Why am I even still on the phone with you?
Okay, but sir, I mean, you
call her, and you ain't have to worry about hearing from her. If she got some kind of account with you, then you ain't got. You go ahead and close that out.
Okay, Mr. Darnell, let me say this: you have a very big ego, sir. But what I want to do is but you're not as big as your ego. I want to get you to that point.
This is some crazy. I've heard some crazy things people sell online, but you're gonna call me talk about my wife called you and saying that I'm inadequate in the bedroom.
Sir, you know what? And once again,
I'm trying, Will. I know you're just doing your job, Scott, but I'm gonna have to call her right now. Okay? So don't worry. Lose my number, Scott. Don't call me no. Okay?
You're in denial.
I'm in denial. You. Hello?
Sir, I really want to help you as much as I can.
Listen, man. Listen. I'm trying to get my wife on the phone right now. Okay? I know you got a job to do, but what I need you to do right now is stop calling me. All right? I'm trying to be nice to you because I'm sure whatever it is, she called you and you just doing your job.
Okay,
all right?
but sir, I'm trying to get you in here to get a consultation so we can get you further along than where you are.
Consultation? A consultation? I don't need no consultation. I don't need no assistance from you, Scott.
Okay, sir, you're
call me no more, man.
Hey, you're small, and I want to make you bigger.
You want to make me bigger? What is this anyway? You bigger? Huh? What kind of job is that? How you even get a job like that? You apply for this job? You idiot? Were you a high school dropout?
Sir, I'm trying to get you in.
I'm trying to stop calling me, man.
Mr. Darnell, I'm still trying to help you get through the situation, okay? Are you willing to come in for a consultation? At least we're coming in for a consultation. We can get you further along than where you are.
Are you listening to me? The only consultation we're going to have is my fist in your face if you call me again. To tell you what, I will come in for a consultation. Give me your address and everything like that, all your information, and I will come down for a consultation. You going to be there?
I'm here the first 8 hours of the day, sir. What I want to do is get you lined up and get your procedure.
Let me call my wife. I don't need no damn procedure. Give me your info, and you don't have to worry about hearing from us no more, okay? But right now, I need you to get off the phone. I don't want to hang up on you. I understand you're trying to do your job.
Mr. Darnell, you're small. You're small, I'm trying to make you bigger,
man,
sir.
You.
Hey, sir, you know what? I'm trying to help you. You're the person that's a little small guy. I'm trying to help you with your problem. Now, if you're not going to be appreciative of it, then I don't even understand why your wife knows you're having a
problem. Give me your address,
so
and we can have this conversation face to face. You don't know who the
then why would your wife call here, sir?
It doesn't matter. If I can get on the line, I can figure out why she called you. Loser, you gonna
because you're inadequate,
man.
Hey, sir, here's the problem. You're tiny and you don't want to admit it.
Tiny?
Let me get you.
You don't know me, man. You've never seen me. You don't know anything about me. I can't even believe my wife would even call you with this. This is how you do business? You gonna call me I'm tiny?
Sir, let me explain something to you. I'm not only the president, but I'm also a client, sir.
I don't give a what you are, okay?
Okay. Then there are some other things that let us know as well.
What the would that be?
She also wanted me to tell you that this is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your wife just prank phone called you, man.
Man, that ain't funny, man. I'm over here looking at my in the mirror. Man, it kind of breaks off her. I thought I was good, but I got a little nervous there. I was like, man.
What's the baddest radio show in the land?
Come on, now you know it's the Steve Harvey radio show, man.
Everybody can't be big. You know what I'm saying?
Tommy.
Huh?
Tommy, listen to me.
Come on.
You think that was too far?
No, I don't think it's too far. I think somebody gonna hurt you.
Well, don't get mad at me because you ain't big. If he ain't big, he ain't big. Go get yourself bigger. You can get bigger now. They got all kinds of stuff out there. You can be bigger.
What?
You could be bigger.
So you ain't got no security with you when you out here in public? Nobody?
No.
I bet he end up getting security before 2019 go out. Because you know he kind of cheap. Tommy don't like spend money. But I can promise you he going to have to take 15% of his income and hire somebody, man.
Around the clock, too,
right? Oh, he going to have to do something to his gate, all that.
The chateau, baby. All right. Well, thank you, nephew, for that. Up next is the strawberry lettered subject. My husband and I were being filmed. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. It's just that simple. We could be reading your Strawberry Letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one today.
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Subject, my husband and I were being filmed. Dear Steve and Shirley, my husband and I are in our early 30s, and my best friend asked us to house sit for her and her husband while they were out of the country for a month. They have a very nice beach house, so we jumped at the opportunity. Everything was going great, and we loved it there, right until the third week, when a mutual friend of ours called me with some crazy news. The mutual friend said she had talked to the owners of the house and found out that there were hidden cameras all over the house. I knew that the homeowners are in some sort of an open marriage and they often had threesomes and like to watch others have sex, but I had no idea that they would have cameras all around the house that my husband and I were staying in. I found out that the homeowners have several videos of my husband and I having sex all over their house. When I called them, they admitted it and said it was no big deal. They said they really love the videos and they are for their personal use only, and they will never share them with anyone else. I cursed them both out. They said that if my husband and I had the nerve to have sex all over their house, then we had no right to be upset for being filmed. She said it's their house, so they have the right to keep the videos. I asked our mutual friends, and they agreed that my husband and I should not be upset at all. This has ruined a lot of my friendships. Do you think the homeowners are wrong, or are my husband and I to blame for this? What should we do? Please advise.
Damn.
I don't think you and your husband are wrong at all. I mean, they asked you to house sit while they were out of town. This is your best friend. I think the homeowners are absolutely wrong. They should have told you guys. They should have told you guys in no uncertain terms, watch yourselves because we do have camera equipment in the house. This is spying. This is invading someone's privacy and your right to privacy. Isn't this illegal?
I thought that was illegal.
Yeah, I think this is illegal. You may have a court case. You may be able to sue them to at least get your tapes back. Yeah, they should have told you, especially if they're using the film for their own sexual gratification. And just because they have open marriage doesn't mean everybody else does. And I think they tricked you guys. I think you have a case. This is really an invasion of privacy, and you all did it all over their house? Wow. Wow, slow down next time.
Getting it,
how about that? I mean, I get maybe it's the lure of the beach house and all of that. You said you jumped at the opportunity, but yeah, they're wrong. And, if they don't give you the tapes back, you might have to sue them to get it back. Steve?
Well, amazing how I don't see that, Shirley. First of all, y'all in your early 30s, your best friend asked y'all to house sit for her and her husband while they out the country for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, beach houses normally ain't in high crime districts. Not normally.
Right.
I don't know what state this is in, but they asked you to house sit for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Why they ask y'all?
Mm.
Why they ask y'all?
Best friends.
No. Them can't be their only best friends, based on what I read in the letter. Because I'm sure they done swung with some more friendlier people than them. Okay? So I ain't buying into that they best friend. No. They best friends is really over there clowning.
Mm-hmm.
They swing.
So you jumped at the opportunity. Everything was going great. We loved it. Right until the third week, when a mutual friend of ours called me. Now, mutual friend means they friends with the wild couple too.
Right. They're all friends. Yeah.
So now they called you with some crazy news. This mutual friend said she had talked to the owners of the house and found out that there were hidden cameras all over the place. Now, here where it get kind of crazy to me. I knew that the homeowners are in some sort of an open marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wait a minute, hold on. Y'all best friends, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all best friends. You ain't think you knew this. I knew. She said I knew that the homeowners are in sort of an open marriage, and they often had threesomes and like to watch others have sex. Now, you at somebody's house, and you know all about this right here. You know all about it. But I had no idea they would have cameras all around the house. You just said they like to watch.
Well,
what you watch that don't involve a camera? I like watching TV. Guess what's involved? Cameras. I like watching Netflix. Guess what's on Netflix? Bunch of damn cameras.
She couldn't have meant live. Watch them live. Do it live.
If you like watching somebody live, you ain't gonna record it. Hello, porn is big. Who you know like watching other people have sex but ain't gonna record it? What? That's you're not being a thinking person. But I had no idea they had cameras all around the house that my husband and I were staying in. Well, what house you think they had the cameras in? If it wasn't the one y'all staying in, they ain't got but one. It's down there at the beach, and you know they often have threesomes, and they enjoy sex with threesomes, and they watch each other. Where is the shock at? I found that the homeowners had several videos of my husband and I having sex all over their house. Oh, y'all just down at the beach house clowning. Yeah. Y'all are all out on the porch.
Everywhere.
All down there at the foot of the steps in the sand. Y'all all up in here, got sand all in the living room floor. You on the steps. They got all of it. You in his office on his desk. You just in here clowning. You on the kitchen table. You done raked all the cups and dishes on the damn floor.
Wow.
You done opened up the refrigerator and set her ass on the same shelf that the ham is on. Oh, y'all that's in here clowning.
Well,
y'all back there on the washing machine. You done cut that machine on spin cycle, and y'all just in there just humming y'all self happy.
All right, hang on, Steve. Hang on.
Now I'm gonna tell you what she said when she called.
We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 after the hour. Subject of today's Strawberry Letter: my husband and I were being filmed. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter and get part 2 of your response.
This little couple at the house said a beach house for one of their friends that they know is in some kind of open marriage, and they have threesomes all the time, often, and they enjoy watching other people have sex. Then a mutual friend called her and told her that they told them that they got hidden cameras all over their house. Well, found out that homeowners had several videos of her husband and her having sex all over their house. They was at the foot of the steps down there where the stands touch the sand. They started down there. Then they was under the porch. They got some cameras down there too. They was under the porch. Yeah, just listening to waves. Then they came upstairs and fell all in that bay window. Now they just on the couch, all in the floor. One leg up on the coffee table and kicked all the mints off the damn coffee table. They just in a clown.
Put in the refrigerator?
Yeah,
though?
they done raked all the dishes off the table, They're just breaking. Now, the people that's watching all this on the video is tallying up an invoice because you got to pay for all this stuff right here. Now, you can open up the refrigerator and move the ham out the way and put her ass on the same shelf that the ham is on. You just in here just having fun. And you in the laundry room with it on spin cycle and everybody in there happy. Then you called them, and they admitted and said it was no big deal. They said they really love the videos, and they are for their personal use only. Now, this is a setup to get you high. Oh, you like what we did, girl, the way he did this, and then the way what you did to him? Girl, we like that. Oh, you were so hot. Oh, well, I think you hot too. This the trap game. You ain't never seen the trap game? This how the trap game work. Then they gonna show you the videos, let you see them, and let them know, oh my, this is the part I love. This is my favorite part. Then the guy's gonna be talking, gonna piss you off at first, but then he gonna, this is my favorite part right here. Watch this, watch this. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this guy's great. This guy's great. High five. Earl, high five.
Earl.
Yeah. And they said it's for their personal use and they'll never share them with anyone else. I cussed them both out. They said that if my husband and I had the nerve to have, they said that if my husband and I had the nerve to have sex all over their house, then they had no right to be upset or being filmed. She said it's their house, so they had the right to keep the videos. I asked our mutual friends, and they agree that my husband and I should not be upset at all. This has ruined a lot of my friendships. Do you think the homeowners are wrong, or are my husband and I to blame for this? What should we do? Please advise. First of all, Shirley said that they should have told you, and I agree with that. They should have told you. Let me explain something to you. Get wild up in here. We got cameras
everywhere.
Now, if you want us to cut them off while you're in here, we will. But we films ourselves doing the wild thing. We don't want that. They should have told you, but they didn't. Now, they done filmed you. They got video. They on vacation watching y'all's ass.
That's the crazy
You
part.
and your husband, you don't know it, but y'all's ass is porn stars.
Right.
I got you might work down at Coca-Cola or something.
Yes.
But I got news for you. I got you might be the director of 15 Chick-fil-A's, and y'all ain't even open on Sunday.
Right.
That's how much y'all love the Lord.
Right.
But I got news for you, though. Y'all is porn stars. Now, Shirley says you can take her to court and sue for these tapes. And I'm telling you, you will lose. Because
Really?
you have no case.
It's spying, though, an invasion of privacy.
You're in the middle of their home.
But
You
they
should have
told you, though. Yeah, but they still
No.
should.
This is their home. They don't have to tell you nothing. These cameras are in the privacy of their home. I can promise you this ain't the case.
I don't know.
They don't have to tell them that they are being filmed.
If you in their house, they can say them as security cameras.
Like a restaurant.
They can easily say these are security cameras. They
Well, it
did
was
not
a
tell
trap.
us that they were going to have sex all over our house. So we didn't think it was necessary to forewarn them.
Well, we're married.
How about
and
this right
we're
here?
Sitting
How
in your
about
house
this
for
right
a
here?
whole month.
Well, how about this right here?
did they-
I forgot to tell them that we had these cameras in the house.
They could say that.
How about this right here?
That's the slick one right there.
But
They
what you're
could say
not
that.
going to do is be able to sue them for filming you in their house. Now, if they came to your house and set up cameras, that's a lawsuit, but you ain't going to get nothing from them no how.
I just.
So I don't think you have a lawsuit at all. I think you got to beg for them damn cameras back.
I think.
But I
you're-
probably
it's
think what they're going to have to do, you're going to have to do a little tricky stuff to get them damn.
You
I think
got to get involved.
They
I
already
think-
did it. They got this. They
Yeah,
got
but I
it.
think you're going to have to go on and do what they really want you to do.
Wow.
To
Get them tapes.
Yeah, you're going to have to come on and do something with it. We'll give you the tape, but we need a little action for it.
Eat before you get here.
What you do?
They cannot take them to court. They'll lose if they go to court.
I'm not a lawyer,
Uh-huh.
and I'm the expert on, but I don't see how you can possibly win if you were filmed in someone else's home.
But they asked
I'll give you
them
an
to come
example.
there.
At the Playboy match, Playboy Hugh Hefner's
Yeah,
Playboy match, every square inch of that place is filmed except for one area.
The grotto area.
There ain't nothing you can do about it. It's filmed. But you notice over all the years, all the stuff that went on up there, you ain't ever heard nothing.
But does he tell the people that they're being filmed?
Tell you a
Do they-
damn thing.
Well, how do you know? How do you know?
Because they told me, Steve, everything up here on
Okay.
film.
Well, they tell some people.
So he made me a tent.
Uh-huh.
We was on the radio station in LA.
Yeah, I remember.
He made me
I
that
remember.
tent in the
Uh-huh.
back, said this for Steve, where he can have some privacy. You know, back, you know, a wild boy back then. I needed that.
So, but I'm saying they did tell you
What?
that they were being filmed, and they
No, they didn't tell me nothing. That's everybody went up there knew.
Everybody knows.
They
So,
just
I
know.
mean,
Common knowledge
I
is
met
know.
Hugh Hefner that night. Ain't like he said, Steve, everything's filmed, be careful. He said, I got you a private tent back there where you can have some private time.
Okay, and you knew
He
what
knew
that
how to
meant.
treat
Yeah.
cats. So, you know, but if you went down in that grotto inside that cave in that swimming pool, wasn't no cameras in there.
I did. I went down there. I went down there.
I'm going to tell you one thing right now.
What?
Hugh Hefner was one of the greatest.
You have to
Thank
give
you,
it to him.
Jesus.
Oh,
that boy
my
right
God,
there.
he was
Let me
out.
tell you what,
All
that,
right.
that old boy right there, player personified.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here. You can post your thoughts on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM and check out our Strawberry Letter podcast on demand, okay? Our Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. You could hear today's letter. And coming up in 10 minutes, it is our girl from the talk, the one and only Sheryl Underwood, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, it's Carla's reality update. But right now, from the talk, it is our girl,
Sheryl Underwood.
Thank you, Steve Harvey.
good.
Thank you, Steve Harvey. Still sitting in the chair. Yes. That's a good one. You hold that note. That's got to be at least a 10 or a D flat or something. So that's it. He doing the doggone thing. Hey, before I get started, I got to say something about the. I think today is it today Nipsey Hussle homegoing.
Yes.
It's his homegoing today.
Yes,
and I want all the brothers and sisters talking about what we going to do now. We going to pick up that baton that Nipsey handed to us. He may not be on this earth no more, but he's in spirit. And I'm glad that the nation and all the community is coming together, and we're going to continue what he started. Don't trip. We're going to stop this thing out here, and we're going to love each other and continue what he started. Any brother that was buying up the block, making sure giving people jobs and making sure that they have food, because he would put restaurants out there so you can get healthy food. Don't let Nipsey life be in vain. We got to keep it going and let him know he love him, because he was just one of the good ones. He was one of the good guys, and that's why we kind of sad that this happening. But we can stop this. He started it. We gonna keep it going. So I just want to say that, because everybody all over the world love this brother, and I wish he would have got his flowers while he was living, so he could see how he's bringing people together. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that from me, Sheryl Underwood, because he was a good brother. And when I saw the brother, he always said, "You made me laugh." That's it. That was all I needed right there.
Very
so
good,
I'm just saying that. So what y'all want to talk about?
Girl,
Well,
did you see Maxine?
What about, our
Maxine.
Congresswoman.
Yeah.
You see Mnuchin try to fix his face when Maxine was lighting him up. Well, let me talk to the Honorable Congresswoman Maxine was lighting him up. Because he knew what the law was. Don't let me hit you in the... Can I say the A word?
Say it.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
She pretty much said, yeah. Can I say that, Thomas?
I just said it. Come on, say it.
Good. Maxine was like, don't let me hit you in the ass with this subpoena, because I can. I like when she be like, don't tell me how to do my job.
Right.
When he was talking about bang the gravel. Shut up, man. You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm just glad that we got somebody with the skill that can do it like Maxine Waters do it. And we got to keep her strong to know that we got her back, and we will not tolerate this type of disrespect. So we will meet you at the polls. We got to go there, and then we got to go in, and we got to vote and fill out your census form. See, we going to show them who we truly are, and that you will not disrespect. Don't y'all got some of the footage? Because, see, they don't believe us, callers. They don't believe us when we talking about this stuff. So they will believe what they hear. This ain't fake news. He was disrespectful. When they did it to no white man. When they did it to no white man.
This is our Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Let's hear it. Listen to this.
If you'd wish to keep me here so that I don't have my important meeting and continue to grill me, then we can do that. I will cancel my meeting and I will not be back here. I will be very clear if that's the way you'd like to have this relationship.
Thank you. The gentleman, the secretary, has agreed to stay to hear all of the rest of the members.
Okay,
Please
so just
cancel
let's be
your
clear to
meeting.
the-
So is it possible you could give us another 15 minutes to get to these members?
I have a foreign leader waiting in my office at 5:30. Okay, I've agreed to stay longer. It will be embarrassing if I keep this person waiting for a long period of time.
What I thought I originally heard was 5:30 rather than 5:15. I said you may leave anytime you want, and you said, okay, if that's what you want to do, I'll cancel my appointment and I'll stay here. So I'm responding to your request.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Played it right back on. Played the tape right back on. This what you said, and this what I'm agreeing to. And see, he's stupid. Talking about this is embarrassing.
Right.
The whole administration is embarrassing. That's what is embarrassing. All y'all need to resign up there. And I'm a Republican, and I can say it. It's embarrassing to have y'all representing our country. That's what's happening. That's embarrassing. And she did the right thing by saying, "Oh, so you said you could stay. You said 5:30. I heard 5:30. You hear 5:30, Sheryl?
I heard it, Sheryl.
I heard 5:30.
And you know what else,
You hear
Sheryl?
5:30.
You know what else, Sheryl? I think that music, it sounded like House of Cards.
Man, it did, didn't it?
Yes.
Man, well, you know, Frank Underwood, you
Yes.
know, I mean, you know what happened to him.
We do.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about something fun real fast. Let's talk about something fun. Can we blow up the theater with a bunch of people to go see Little? Because I just want to make this the number one movie. Can we make it the number one movie so that we can have more movies out there? And it looked like a fun movie, and we just don't go to the theater like we should. You know, let's support. Are y'all going to see it?
Absolutely.
I'm an Issa Rae fan, baby.
And Regina Hall and Lil Marseille Martin, the youngest executive producer ever.
in the game. That's right. I'm gonna need her to holler at us. So, you know, we need to make some more. Tommy, come on now, me and you, Claudine, we can remake Claudine. You gonna be James Earl Jones. I'll be
Wrong.
Well, at least you didn't say you were going to be James Earl Jones for a change.
No,
Sheryl.
I'm a little too dark to be James Earl Jones.
Thank you for not doing that.
but I did get that little part in The Lion King. You know, they got the
Which one?
They got the little is it a mandrill? What is it with the blue with the red nose?
Do not go there.
Yeah.
Rafiki.
What?
Rafiki.
Yeah. I'm the star. I'm the star. They wouldn't even know that's Little Simba if I didn't hold it up. And look how slim I look.
Stupid.
Oh my God.
What?
All right,
Hey,
Sheryl, we
Juniors.
got to get out of here.
It's
thank
time
you.
for me to go.
Yeah, thank you, Sheryl. Coming up at the top of the hour, Carla.
Oh, Shirley, wait. I know you closing, but tell everybody come see me at the Barclay in New York City Friday. I need all them tickets. The April Fool comedy show. I'm an active fool, and I slipped and called somebody a name, and I'm going to explain it at that show. I got jokes. So I'm sorry, Shirley. Go ahead.
That's
Keep
okay.
talking.
And you do have jokes. Go see Sheryl at the Barclay, everybody. Coming up at the top of the hour, it's Carla's reality update right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Come on, Tommy.
Get ready, buckle up and hold on tight. She is here. It is reality update with who? Carla Farrell.
Thank you, nephew. Thank you for my intro. All right, let's get going. Reality update, the reunion show, Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, yeah, Nene accused Portia of being a bad friend. They both accused one another of not supporting each other, went back and forth. Portia said that Nene didn't come to her baby gender reveal party. Nene said she was in Canada. Portia.
Canada.
Nene is off the charts.
I love me some Nene.
I know the name of your baby. I'm in Canada.
Love her.
Yeah. So Portia told Andy that Nene ain't been to none of her events. She actually said sugar, honey, iced tea. But anyway, Nene said the same about Portia. They're not supportive of each other. So that was that. Then Candy and Eva. Yes, Steve.
Why do
Candy,
these women pretend to be friends?
Well,
this is not how
Portia
friends
was really hurt by it too.
Yeah.
I think she's done with trying to be.
She said it was too
Nene's,
hard. Being her
to be
friend.
Nene's friends. Yeah, that's exactly what she said. So moving on to Candy and Eva, Candy kind of felt that Eva, was throwing shade earlier in the season to darker skinned women after there was a clip where Eva was talking about, Portia's friend Shamia. You remember her? And Eva said that she was black, but not with a Q. And, Candy was kind of offended by that, but Eva said she wasn't trying to offend darker skinned women. But Candy said, I'm a darker skinned woman and I was offended by what you said. And I think the viewers thought that too. I thought it too when she said it at the time. But, Eva tried to fix it and kind of apologize if she offended anyone. But that's the thing about Eva. That's what they're saying. Even when you throw shade, whether you think it's cute shade or whether it's funny, it's still shade, but you never own it.
Oh,
you never
okay.
own. Yeah, that's their issue that I think that they're having with Eva.
Say, yeah.
Stay with me, Steve.
Just trying to
All right.
participate.
Yeah, I know.
Trying
Well,
to be
here's
there,
something.
keep my voice on this show. Yeah.
Literally.
On your show.
Well, you'll be interested in this part of the reunion show. Nene said that she felt that Cynthia's constant use of the hashtag chill, but Cynthia created it for her and Mark Hill. I'm sorry, Mike Hill, and there's a love connection there. So there were some issues about that. Take a listen to this explanation with Nene saying that Cynthia was insecure. Take a listen.
I have a question. Why her posting all the pictures of her and Mike? Why does that make her insecure?
I did not say that her posting pictures about her and Mike make her insecure at all. They asked me about the hashtag chill.
Chill.
Why
does that make me insecure?
That's how I feel about it. You know,
But
that's just
why?
my.
But what is
It just
it?
seems like
I don't
it seems like it's overdone, like it's an overkill.
Overchill?
Overchill. A girl can't have an opinion, honey.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But I have been the most supportive of Cynthia and Michael, despite what any of these girls are out here saying. Because that's my feeling. Can I just? Yes, you can. But can I just have an opinion if I want to?
No, you can have an opinion, but as my friend.
And you can, as your friend.
Yes, as my friend.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about that too.
Chill is like a positive thing.
It's great.
fun.
It's amazing.
You know,
I think it's
happy.
amazing. I was asked a
for
question and I gave my opinion, friend.
Okay, well, I didn't like your opinion, friend.
It's okay.
I thought it was
You
a little
know, you
negative,
probably won't like a lot
and I
of
always
things
try to
moving
be
forward.
supportive. So
Okay.
Over the word chill.
Damn,
Nene.
Oh, the hashtag
Over the
chill.
word chill.
Nene is not having
15
it.
minutes of that.
She's not having it.
Well, I think, and then the issue is, Nene, without saying it in that moment, she had some issues with Cynthia, and she felt that Cynthia played her at the end of the season. So that's why she's that friend. That's why she's throwing all that out there, because she feels like Cynthia played her and backstabbed her by inviting Kenya to the party that Cynthia's party that she had for her cocktail drink, the big lunch party. So that's that. Whatever, Steve. So the reunion, that is Steve. Child, the reunion will continue next Monday.
Oh, wow.
Hit me up. Yeah, they're going to have 3 parts.
More?
Man.
Yes, it's not over, and I am here for it. All right, so hit me up at Lips by Carla. Tell me if you're on Team Nene or Team Cynthia, and we'll move on. Now, Real Housewives of Atlanta, that was that. Let's go to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Ooh.
Stevie J.
Stevie J, but he wasn't on this particular episode. Carly Red invited her
Frankie.
ex. Listen to this, Steve. Carly Red, she invited her ex, Young Jock, to her engagement party. Now, her fiance, he was like, what's up with that? She's like, she's over her ex, so it should be cool. But Jock's new lady, she's a boss, man. She's doing big things. She's an attorney, and she wants to go to her man's ex party, the engagement party, and so he's not down with the drama. So we'll see if they are going to attend the party. Now let me talk to you guys about this, because I want to get Steve's opinion on this.
Okay.
Scrap De Leon. Now he was in prison. He's
De
out.
Leon.
De Leon. He
De
was
Leon.
in prison on house arrest. His baby mama threw him a party. And Tiara, that's his baby mama, she didn't go see Scrap when he was locked up. Actually, she got married and a whole bunch of other drama.
And had a baby or something.
Had a baby and everything. But now she wants him back. And he's moved on. He's dating Moniece, who was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Long story short, Tiara threw this party for him. He left the party when Moniece arrived outside. She texted him, told him to come out. She was mad that his ex threw this party. He leaves the party. He doesn't tell anybody he's gone. Then his baby mama comes back and asks him about it, and then she hits him in the face.
I saw that.
Yes, and so security, she really went in and hit this guy. Security and the producers, they all jumped in the scene and they stopped it, because this guy is on parole and he's on house arrest. So he walked away. He walked upstairs. He doesn't want any trouble. He doesn't want to go back to jail.
He's on house arrest? He got
Pretty
a bracelet
much.
on.
Pretty much.
Oh, well, that's
pretty
all he
much.
could do was go upstairs.
Yeah, he doesn't want
He
any
didn't walk
drama.
down to the store.
He doesn't want to mess up his parole at all.
Upstairs,
He doesn't want to mess up
downstairs,
his
front
parole,
porch. That's all he
any of that. And I don't know. All this drama with Tierra, you can't put your hands on nobody. And I just think that was a little too much. This show is just, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot going on. So hit me up at Lips by Carla. Let me know what you thought about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'll tell you about Kim Kardashian wants to be an attorney. Yeah. And she's working on that. Yep. And we'll talk about all of that.
Yeah.
We'll be back at 20 after. Yep.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here's a trending good news story for a change. This is some good news. Oprah Winfrey has donated $2 million to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is still struggling to recover from Hurricane Maria. And Oprah says she was inspired by Hamilton Broadway star Lin-Manuel Miranda because he's been doing work on the island. $1 million will go to the Hispanic Federation and another $1 million will go to the Flamboyant Arts Fund. Oprah said in a statement that she wanted to join in the revitalization efforts of an island so rich in culture, beauty, and heritage. The needs of Puerto Rico and our fellow American citizens following the tragic hurricanes are still very real. So there you go. Wow. That's why she did it. That was good. $2 million to Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Wow.
In other trending news, John Legend recently started taking swimming lessons. And it certainly looks like he's getting tips from an expert. Olympic gold medal winning swimmer Ryan Lochte, Steve, is teaching John Legend how to swim. He shared a video of him swimming with him, captioning it, "Not a bad way to start."
So John is learning how to swim?
From Ryan Lochte.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ryan Lochte, we all know from the
that's
Olympics.
what I ought to
is a
do,
great
man. I ought to
swimmer.
learn how to swim.
Yeah.
Because I be out on the water all the time. I fall in, it be hell, though.
Yeah, you said you have good
You want me to teach you how to
get back
swim?
skills.
No, not you.
I'll give you swimming lessons.
No.
I had you swimming in 3
Why
days.
wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you let Tommy teach you?
I want to
I can
have
swim.
somebody with the same length of arms.
Just in case.
Because he
something
swim real fast. I done seen him swim. It looked like his ass is getting it.
As long as you just swim.
Tommy look just like a little bitty baby turtle that done finally come out the sand and just be scampering his ass over to that water, trying to get to that water for them hawks eat his ass. That's how Tommy look when he swim. I need somebody with some long ass arms and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
You taught your son how to swim, right, Tommy?
Yeah.
Well, hell, I taught Wyndon how to swim.
I taught Sheridan.
I know enough how to, stay up for a couple seconds. Ain't got long, though.
Yeah, you should do that. That would be something fun to learn.
Do you get in the
I'm
pool
scared
at
to
the
scuba
house,
dive. I'll never
I've been
do
in the
that.
pool a couple times. My bodyguard did some exercise in it. Put these 25-pound weights in my hand and walked the length of the pool underwater.
Oh.
Stuff like that.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a workout.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is
Good exercise.
Yeah, your heart rate be a lot higher for no reason, just from holding your damn breath.
All right. In other trending news, the question is now becoming, is the tide of public opinion turning in favor of Michael Jackson? It appears that HBO has stopped airing Leaving Neverland. That's a controversial documentary about Michael Jackson. That coincides with more doubt being cast on the testimony of alleged child abuse victims Wade Robeson and James Safechuck. Today, Britain's Sun tabloid published a photo proving that the train station where Safechuck claimed he was abused in 1993 was not yet built. There are also inconsistencies involving the ranch and amusement park's bumper cars and roller coaster. Oprah is one of the ones who appears to be changing her stance on the accusations. She's pulled the interviews she did with Wade Robeson and James Safechuck that have been posted on her YouTube channel.
Hey, listen. I am against abuse of children in any way. Grown folks, women, all of that. And I didn't see it because I've always wondered why now, after his death and his inability to defend himself or retract or to contradict any statements. Now, that don't mean it's false, but it don't mean it's true either, though.
All right, we'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
The intersection where Nipsey Hussle opened his Marathon clothing store will be named after him. South Los Angeles City Councilman Marquise Harris Dawson announced that the intersection of Crenshaw Boulevard and West Slauson Avenue will be renamed Ermias Nipsey Hussle Ashadam Square. Mr. Harris Dawson said Ermias Ashadam, known as Nipsey Hussle, was an icon and West Coast hero. Nipsey's genuine nature allowed him to be a light to everyone he interacted with, from family, friends, fans, and his larger community. Nipsey will always be remembered for delivering a pure, authentic Los Angeles sound, his numerous philanthropic efforts, his innovative community-focused business mindset, and his humble heart. Wow.
Nice.
That's big.
Great.
That's big.
outstanding.
Yeah, and that
That's
happened very
outstanding.
quickly,
That's
huh?
great.
Really
You know what?
quickly,
And
yeah.
I'm just going to really have to be really honest. I did not really get the gravity and understand the magnitude of what this young man had accomplished and done. I just didn't, because
No.
I didn't know him personally.
Neither did
You
I.
know,
Steve.
But a
I
lot
just-
of people didn't know, Steve.
I
Yeah, a lot of
didn't know.
It came out, what he was doing in the community. That's why it was so heartfelt after, people
Yeah.
started talking about what he was doing and people started realizing what
Right.
this man contributed to the community. Then that's when everyone was like, wow, well, let me take another look and see who he really
Right.
was.
He was really
Yeah,
So
good.
you're
he
not
was
alone
really
in that,
something.
Steve. A
Yeah.
lot of people just did not know.
They didn't know.
No, he's powerful, man. And I
Yeah.
didn't. I was just listening to, when I did D.L. Hughley's show, I was listening to his daughter do this thing that she calls Millennial Moment.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about his music and what he was saying.
Right.
And I just didn't know, And I was listening to my son talk about it. And his best friends, he's 27, 26 years old.
Right.
And
right.
I didn't know this cat was that, man. I just didn't know. The principle of some butt walking up to a man and taking his life away and not even understanding what you've done.
Yeah.
What you've done and over what. See, over what, man?
Yeah.
Do you understand the magnitude that you've done and over what, man? And that's why, not to change it, but that's why this mentoring program is so important, because we've got to get young men, got to get them mentally tracking right, so that they can start thinking of life beyond today and start realizing that mistakes and things that you today can have a profound effect on life for yourself and as well as others.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
just live in the moment all the time.
Right.
There's a future to this thing. Now, this young man that killed his brother, whoa, man.
Who
Do you-
had children and family and
Man.
fiance. I mean, just.
But, even
whole community.
You know what?
Yeah.
And besides that, did he ever think for 1 minute what was going to happen to himself
That's what I keep saying.
after he did this?
Right.
You
I don't
could
think he
not
cared.
have thought this out at all. Because if you would have known, if you would have thought this out for just a brief moment, we got to start thinking, man.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back with our last break of the day and some closing remarks from Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, here we are. Last break of the day on this Thursday. Take us home with some closing remarks.
Somebody sent me something a while back. I keep stuff that people send me because a lot of people send me things when I know I'm going through something. A lot of people send me stuff when just to say, hey, Steve, if you're out there talking, man, here's a thought for you. And one of the things that I've learned in my life is that all of us are going to be tested. We're going to be tested and tried throughout our life. It's these tests that are presented to us that allows us an opportunity to grow. Every test that comes your way is an opportunity for you to gain some valuable knowledge from it. And so throughout life, you will always be tested. Everything that happens to you is not just because the devil is busy. Some things happen to you because God has to present certain things for you in order for you to learn how to deal with it, which better prepares you for what you ask for later in life, or to prepare you for what God is going to present to you later in life. So when you're going through hardships, you got to understand that these hardships are preparing you for the future. And like I've been saying a lot over the past few weeks, if you think about all your hardships and your tough days and your rough days, your actual record for surviving bad days all the way up until this point, y'all, is 100%. And that's a pretty good track record. Now, in this test that God is going to present to you, somebody sent this to me on a plaque, and it said that life has many ways of testing a person's will. Now, I want you to hear me clearly. It says life has many ways of testing a person's will, either by having nothing happen at all or by having everything happen all at once. Do you know how true of a statement that is? You get tested by, first of all, a person's will get tested by either having nothing happen at all. You know how hard it is, man, when you ain't got nothing going on? Do you know how hard it is, man, when you can't get nothing popping? You know how difficult life can be, man, when you just can't seem to get it right? Do you know the difficulties you face, man, where ain't nothing clicking on none of the cylinders, man? Ain't nothing happening at all? That's a test, man. That's a real hard test, man. That's when you sitting up there, man, going, Lord, Heavenly Father. And now it's preparing you and conditioning you to get closer to God. Because I'm telling you, man, you can't make it in this world without God. Now, you can keep on trying this way if you want to, but I got news for you. You can lock in on this one. This is a fact. You can't make it through this life without no God. You can't do it. You cannot do it. It's too difficult. And one of the tests to get you to draw closer to him is sometimes a person's will is tested by having nothing happen at all. But here's the other way you get tested. How about this one? Or by having everything happen all at once. Man. How many times that didn't happen, man? When it just felt like, man, it's raining cats and dogs on you. It's almost like, man, you can't catch a break. See, a minute ago, you couldn't catch a break to get something happen, and now all of a sudden it look like you can't stop this thing from happening. It's just snowballing on you, man. That's a test. You know what? God is wanting you to get close to him too, so he can take some of that weight up off you. So you can take your troubles to him and tie it to him so he can prove to you that you ain't in this thing by yourself. See, you ain't in life by yourself when you ain't got nothing happening, and you ain't by yourself in life when you got everything happening. You need God, man. I kid you not. And you know how I know what I'm talking about? Because you're looking at a man who tried it without it. And I knew better. My mom was a Sunday school teacher. I knew better than to turn away and try it my way. But I did it for years. And I made, you know what I mean? I made a mess out of myself. I was turning myself into a big old glob of nothing. But he got my undivided attention one day when I was at a real low point. On one of them days where I thought I'm going to rise no more. On one of them days where I thought, man, I done had enough of this. I ain't never thought about killing myself. I ain't never thought about checking out. The thought has never crossed my mind. But I'm just talking about, I just had some days, man, where it just felt like, man, this is it right here. I can't do no more of this here. When I was living in that car, I had some days, man, where I just said, man, I can't do this no more. I'm going to go home, man. I'm going to go home. My mom and daddy, man, just see if I can stay there till I find a job. I almost did that. Because you know what? Wasn't nothing happening at all. I couldn't get nothing clicking. And right about then, man, I just asked God, I said, man, can you just show me a sign that it's going to be all right? Next thing I know, I called the answer machine in my mama's house, and it was a message. And it was a guy named Chuck Sutton at Showtime at the Apollo. Next thing you know, man, that weekend, I was on TV for the very first time. And do you know something? That I've been on TV ever since that. But it was real dark for me for a minute. But he always comes. Life got a lot of ways of testing the people. Either by having nothing happen at all or by having everything happen all at once. But either way, it's a test you can pass. You've done all the rest of it. You got to.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.